our people can go back to how we were in the 60s and the 70s when everybody was rocking the big afros and, you know, just being us.
Cool daddy-o.
Us. Like,
That's
we
the
still
word
cool
that was
now.
said. Cool
Yeah.
daddy-o.
We still cool now. Can never take that from us. But I just want us to go back to that awareness of identity.
What about when they took the afros and they slicked them down with perms and the jerk
that was the crisis,
right? That was the crisis right there. Okay, just check, because I wasn't trying to slip. What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction.
Yes.
Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 100K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
If we don't start promoting our culture, especially to our younger generation, we're going to lose our culture.
Wow.
We are from the Caribbean. We can be Indian from the Caribbean. We have our own history, our own culture, which is a mixture of Indian culture and Caribbean culture. It's a beautiful fusion.
Okay. So, go ahead, babe.
I was going to say, this already screams, you know, looking at the generation underneath you, like the babies, and teaching them what they need to know so they can maintain the culture correctly. Because once a body lose culture, then they're just for everybody. Like,
right. So I want to comment on that because I know, you know, Indians were indentured servants as well, and because we can identify with having a lost culture, people come to the United States and they cannot easily see African American culture, and it's because the people before us are not teaching the people underneath, like the generations are not teaching the newer generations the culture, and that's why, like millennials and Gen Z, we got to dig deep and go see what used to be African American culture. What are the things that we don't do as much anymore that was once, you know, something from our people. Yes, we still have a broad culture and we know our culture, but because the United States is so huge and we all practice culture differently
from all locations, right,
our culture is considered lost.
Yeah. That's a bar.
And I think it will be a very big shame if we lose it. After the end of slavery, the British Empire, they needed people to work on the plantations in the plantation fields in the Caribbean. And after the end of slavery, they still needed this workforce. So they brought a workforce from India to the Caribbean under a system called indentureship. So they were referred to as indentured labourers. And in 181 years, we have maintained a certain level of Indian culture in the Caribbean. So if I think Indo-Caribbean, I think tassa, chutney artists, roti, doubles, dal, rice, kuchla, 7 curries, chana and aloo, pumpkin, spinach. Yeah. She goes to Trinidad, but she absolutely loves it. Obviously, I'd like if she could highlight. You're never Indian enough to be considered Indian, and you're never Caribbean enough to be considered a Caribbean person. So we're always stuck in this middle ground. My personal experience of the Indian community is that we are not Indian. I don't know why they think that, but for me, for example, I've grown up doing Kathak dance my entire life.
To do this, so you see myself and mum all dressed up here.
This was a dance that I performed as Lord Shiva.
When I was growing up, we had loads of Indo-Caribbean events to go to. So during the week at school, you'd be with nobody that looks like you or nobody that understands your culture. Nobody understands how come you're Asian from the Caribbean. Nobody gets it. And then at the weekend, we're mixing with our own people at the weekend. So you have a strong sense of identity. But the younger generation, they've grown up in a time where people who put on these events, people stopped attending them. And so we've got a generation who haven't grown up as culturally aware or strong in their identity as my generation have grown up.
That's a bar. that spoke volumes by itself. I don't really need to comment on what you just said. That just needs to be stopped and digested.
Yes, definitely.
Like, there's a generation that haven't been grown. They haven't grown up because they haven't been properly taught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that is exactly what happens.
That's what happens. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
So when you walk into Culture Fest, you're going to be seeing a snapshot of what it's like to be in the life of an Indo-Caribbean person, our food, our music, our culture, our people.
When I'm at school and they ask us, are you Indian? I do say yes because like my ancestors, my dad's from Grenada. People think Caribbean and always think black. They don't think there are Indian people. So I think for this, it's just about raising the awareness and getting things like our music and our food out there. We're getting to the point where everyone's becoming very, very aware about culture. And you'll see nights out for kind of Afrobeats and Latin music, that kind of thing, and Bollywood music. But people don't know about chutney music and like Indian soca music and that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Music advance as well.
Big up to all the guys in the building.
I love how they embrace themselves. Because that is what, we did. And of course, I know this video is about that. But, we Demouchet. We're going to share what we relate at.
Yeah.
So, that is what we did here in the United States. Became African Americans, honoring our ancestors, where they come from. Still being able to connect and finding our roots of where our people are from. But knowing that we are here now and making our culture for ourselves here. That is what our people done. I love how, they're showing the people that you can be both, because you can't change what happened in the past.
You sure can't. No, nor fault them for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can only change the future, and they're bringing awareness to who they are.
Right.
I love that.
And I think you need to love people in those journeys that they go down, because they're facing identity crisis and they want to tap into who they are. So they need to be loved on correctly and say, yes, you are that. Yes, your history does come from this. Though you are split in between, you are not pushed out. You're still welcome and loved on. So they need that.
You know what? I wish our people can go back to how we were in the 60s and the 70s when everybody was rocking the big afros and, just being us.
Cool daddy-o.
Us. Like,
that's
we
the
still
word
cool
they would
now.
say. Cool daddy-o.
We still cool now. Can never take that from us. But I just want us to go back to that awareness of identity.
What about when they took the afros and they slicked them down with perms and the jerk
that was the crisis, right?
That was the crisis right there. Okay, just check, because I
crisis.
wasn't trying to slip over my own juices. You feel me? They become too smooth.
To the building. Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, I can't forget all of the UK people. Everybody from the UK.
So me and my family, we've organised it, but we're serving the food, we're serving the drinks, we're serving at the Trinidad store. We're all hands on deck here. It's just go, 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 go. Having half Caribbean and half Punjabi heritage, there's always going to be sort of holes in my knowledge and understanding about the culture. And while I've got a fairly big Punjabi community in London, it's quite nice for me to learn about the other side of my roots. And I learned from my mum, but it's good to see what my ancestors went through. I definitely think we've had kind of times in the past where it's not been so clear cut. Like, there has been disinterest and there has been...
Just a compliment, because you said that didn't look like her mom. They have such young features. Like, you can see, like, the joy in their spirits. You see what I'm saying? Like, they have very, very young features.
The reason that today is so special is that it's kind of reinvigorated everyone and really shown that people do care and people do want to be a part of being Indo-Caribbean.
Let's do this. Let me do this right now.
Yeah, the turnout has been just incredible. I didn't expect, this many people to support. Have I done a good job?
Oh, you've done me so proud. You've done me and your mum so proud tonight here.
Friends all say that I'm like a cocktail because I don't enjoy just one part of my community. I enjoy everything. So the religion, the dancing, the chutney, the food. I endorse and embrace. I am Indo-Caribbean.
Like that.
Nah, and it makes you feel alive, man.
Yeah.
It's like growing up and people can identify who you are because of your culture, and they can, you know, understand your personality as you're growing and brightening and blossoming and whatnot. It's like, yeah, I remember that little, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing.
And your love for your culture. Never be, you know, just ashamed of your history, what your people went through, because I know we not ashamed of ours.
Right. And when they have gatherings like this, what do y'all think they're talking about? They're like, for us, when we get together, family reunions or anything of that such, like, yeah, let me introduce you to your fam. Let me talk to you about your grandpa, your grandma. Let me tell you, like, it's a history lesson almost, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because that one conversation, you're going to get it. I don't care. You're going to get that one conversation from some relative.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
a
how it
sense
goes.
of community and love.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way, as well as our join feature to become a VIP member of the channel. Send in your reaction requests to our description box below. We'll see you soon.
Peace.